When people start using your product, they have certain expectations for how the product should function. For example, will specific controls allocated in the interface, what steps they should take to accomplish the goal. These expectations are known as a mental model. In today's video we will discuss why designers should always consider mental models when creating a product. A mental model is what a user believes about the product. This model is constructed primarily on a person's past experiences. We need to consider the mental model when designing a product because people base their decisions on the mental models. When mismatch between real and expected behavior occurs, it can be hard for people to understand what to do. What we call user error typically happens due to mismatch between expected and a real system behavior. Even when people can recover from the problem, unpredictable system behavior will make them doubt that the system functioned as expected. During the usability testing, you can sometimes hear, "I feel stupid." That's because people believe that when they click a certain button, they will have a certain result and surprised to see something different. If you design a product and people who will use it don't understand how to use it, it's not a user's problem, it's a bad design. How to apply mental model to product design? There are a few ways you can do it. First, you can follow Jacob's law. Jacob's law was coined by Jacob Nielsen, and it states that users spend most of their time on other sites. They prefer your site to work the same way as the other sites they visit. In other words, people learn conventions. Based on what people experience in their life, they expect things to work in certain ways. You cannot change the conventions because people have a set of expectations, and they won't suddenly change it. Here is how Amazon follows the Jacob's law. When you click on the product, you navigate to a product page. On a product page, you can add a product to a cart. When you click on the shipping cart icon, you will see a page with a summary of products you want to buy. When you click the back button, you will navigate one step back. If you click them multiple times, you will return to the place where you started. In our case, it's a home page. This is what a conventional online shopping experience will look like. If you break any of these conventions, say, remove product cart icon from a website, you will confuse your users. You can also apply a mental model by using interface metaphors. In user interface design, an interface metaphor is a set of user interface visuals, actions, and procedures that exploit specific knowledge that the users already have of other domains. The purpose of interface metaphor is to give the user knowledge about how to interact with the user interface. A classic example of interface metaphors is a desktop with icons representing real-world objects. Metaphors helped Apple to create a familiar experience for the first-time users. When you're creating something new, always try to base it on something familiar to your users. Here you can see original Apple Books and Calculator apps for iOS. The reason why these apps use a lot of visual attributes of real physical products is that it makes the experience familiar to users. People take analogs from the real world and transfer them to the digital world. A human brain creates a connection between what they see in UI and their past experience. Okay, this looks like a physical bookshelf, so I should probably take the book. A mental model can evolve over time. Once you learn a new paradigm, you can ready to accept gradual changes. Apple moved to flat design in iOS version 7 because people already knew how to interact with touchscreen interfaces and no longer needed any additional visual attributes such as wood. You might ask, but what about innovations? What if I want to reinvent the wheel? Why should we stick with something just because it's always done that way? Innovation is always a risk. Sometimes we need to create an entirely new paradigm, but in this case we need to ensure that people can learn how to use our system really fast, and they have a strong motivation for that. Here you can see a chart with two axes, user value and learning curve. A learning curve is the time it takes to learn a new thing. You should strive for a low learning curve and high user value. Apple iPhone changed the mobile market because people were motivated to switch to this device, because it gave them more value. The best way to know your users' expectations about your product is to talk to people who will use your product. Understanding who you are designing for is integral. Conduct your research and find out what the user mental model is to design a product that matches their expectations. Respecting user mental model is an essential step towards creating user-centered products. If a product works according to the user expectations, they will understand how to use it. And if they don't, they will struggle. When you understand people's mental models, you can make better design decisions. If you like this video, please subscribe and click on the bell icon so you'll never miss a new video. Thank you.